Hello and welcome to Tea with Lilybet. In this video, I'll be sharing my experience of what it's been like to downsize to a smaller place with a senior pet. I'll be showing you a bit about her daily routine, and I'll also be giving an update on her health. And a warning that this video will show Millie getting a home-based subcutaneous fluids treatment. I got Millie when she was a kitten, and she's been with me for over 16 years. My life has changed over that time so much, and Millie has been through all of those changes with me and become a really important part of my life. So when I decided to downsize from a 2-bedroom ground floor unit to a 1-bedroom apartment, I definitely took her needs into consideration. My previous place had a lovely front garden, but it wasn't secure and I didn't feel comfortable letting her off the lead. She really missed not being able to get out into the fresh air. So when I was looking for a new place, I wanted a balcony that was secure, that I could leave her out on there and she could just enjoy herself in the sun. And when I saw this apartment, I knew I found a place that both of us would feel secure and safe in. Because it's a glass balustrade, Millie can see the view without climbing up. So I never have to worry about her getting up on the ledge and accidentally losing her footing. So she can enjoy herself and I can relax and not worry. This place that I ended up in is north facing, which in Australia means you get sunshine in both summer and winter. But there's also plenty of shade so she won't overheat. I wanted a place that has interesting views for her so that she doesn't get bored. This place is perfect because it overlooks beautiful trees, and we have so much wildlife around here that she can also enjoy. And there's also a little bit of action in the complex as well. Millie can see people walking by with their dogs and even a couple of cats that come out onto the courtyard. When I chose this apartment, I made sure it had room for the litter box in the bathroom laundry, which isn't always a given in city apartments. Because of its location, I knew I would be changing over to a covered litter box, but I wanted to give Millie a few months to adjust to the new space before I made the swap. This new litter box design should make the transition a little bit easier. I'm going to do it in 3 stages. I'll start with the tray on its own, and then once I add the roof, I'll tape the door open and allow her to come and go with the open door before she has to start using the flap. The pet store also recommended that I transfer her old litter into this tray so that it has a familiar smell. Millie sometimes misses the litter tray, so to protect the floors, I use these compostable pee pads. So I'll keep using them while the tray is open and reassess if she still needs them once the lid goes on. This litter box has a filter to reduce odors and a place to hang the litter scoop. I'll keep it under the bathroom sink until Millie is ready for the cover to go on. I wanted a place that was mainly floorboards for hygiene purposes. As well as being beautiful, floorboards make it easier to clean up after a pet. I do have carpet in the bedroom, but it's really only that one room and I can spot clean in there if needed. After my last video, I got a question about how Millie is coping with the new fly screens. I was worried when they were first installed that she might scratch them or try and walk through them. But she seems to be doing fine. If she wants to go outside, she either very politely sits and waits for me to open the door, or she'll just give a little meow to let me know that she wants to go out. And while she's out there, I leave the screen open a little bit so she can come and go as she pleases. So even though we live in a smaller space now, Millie actually has more freedom, and I feel a lot less stressed about her being outside. When Millie was a kitten, she liked to be right up on my shoulders, but it wasn't that comfortable for me, so I trained her to sleep at the end of my bed. And now that's where she prefers to be. After all these years, Millie understands that I'm not an early riser. So most days she'll wait for me to wake up, and then she'll come up to my pillow and ask for some cuddles before we start the day. Once we're up, it's time for Millie's breakfast. She has a special diet for her kidneys, so I give her wet food and dry food in the morning, and I top them up periodically throughout the day because I'm trying to get her to maintain her weight. As Millie's gotten a little bit older, she has dropped off on her grooming a little bit, so I make sure that I brush her once or twice a week. And she does seem to enjoy it. The corners of her eyes do need regular cleaning, and I also get her nails clipped at the vet. If you've seen my 3 Days in My Life video, you'll know that Millie was diagnosed with stage 2 kidney disease around a year ago. As a result of the diagnosis, she was changed over to a kidney-friendly diet and also had to go to the vet to receive regular anti-nausea injections. Unfortunately, her condition has deteriorated over the past few months, so when I moved into this new apartment, I made it a priority to go and see a vet that was local to the new area I was living in. They ran some tests and found that she had moved from stage 2 to stage 3. She was also crying quite a bit at night, so we started some treatments to deal with pain and possible cognitive dysfunction. Let's go home. Come on. Come on. Good girl. But the biggest change I had to make was starting to give her subcutaneous fluids, which involves using a needle to deliver some fluids to the area between her skin and her muscles. Because the early treatments were stressful for her, the vet recommended that I give her gabapentin prior to each treatment to make sure that she's really relaxed. I mix it into some salmon or tuna juice to mask the taste. Once the gabapentin starts to work, I heat the bag of fluids in some warm water to make it more comfortable for Millie as it goes into her body. And then I set up the room to create a calm and relaxed environment. I have an iPad set up with YouTube videos specially created for cats. They have birds and mice and all kinds of creatures and beautiful nature sounds, hoping that it's going to help to distract Millie during the treatment. It would be impossible for me to give these treatments to Millie on my own, so my incredible sister has committed to helping me with this twice a week. The fluids form a bubble under Millie's skin, which gets absorbed into her bloodstream over the next few hours. It flushes her kidneys and hydrates her body, which helps her to feel a lot better. And the fluids have made a big difference to Millie's health. She started to eat more and gain some weight. She was vomiting less, and she just seemed more comfortable and well. It's taken us a bit of time to work out how best to deliver these fluids to Millie and make her as comfortable as possible, but we finally got a system that seems to be working. And now that she's had her fluids, it's time to get some well-earned treats. Hey, don't let her eat you.
Run this way. Run this way. And run this way.
At least we know her teeth are so sharp.
So this side is flat. This side here is the bubble. And there's a bubble here.
Is it challenging to downsize your life with a senior pet? Yes, it is. But is it worth it? 100% yes. For 16 years, Millie has been the most wonderful companion, and it is an honor to be able to care for her in her older years. It has taken some time for her to adjust to the new place, but with some careful planning, we've been able to achieve a pretty smooth transition. I don't know how much longer Millie will be with me, but I've done everything I can to make sure that this final part of her life will be as comfortable as possible. If you enjoyed this video, you'd be helping me out a lot if you gave it a thumbs up. And if you aren't already a subscriber, I would love to welcome you to this channel. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.